Indonesia. So okay. Okay. So let's start. Let's begin with why we start the study. The World Bank in 2021 mentioned that Indonesia is one of the top three countries most vulnerable to climate-related risk. And based on our National Agency for Disaster Countermeasure, within the last 10 years, the number of disasters reached its peak in 2020 at 5,000 events. So more than 5,000 events per year. That sounds very scary, actually. Now I'm gonna pause in this slide. You can read some of the news that we consume every day. This is all happening in 2024. We're only 8 months into 2024, but we already have a lot of things happening right now. Starting from extreme drought, this happened. It already happened for months. It leads into water scarcity in those areas, East Java, Nusa Tenggara, and to extreme flood in this actually sink a whole city. So 75 villages is sinking in 2024 with extreme flood. Also the extreme weather and the clean water scarcity in Jakarta. Jakarta is the capital city of Indonesia. So you can imagine how bad it is from one area to from one region into the other region. They're all very different. The the one region has extreme drought and the other region is actually sinking from extreme flood. And it's all happening in 1 year. So if you were reading those on daily basis as an Indonesian, what would you feel? Okay. I feel very anxious in reading those, not only from the um, news portal that is reliable and valid. You also read those climate related disasters risk every day on social media. Random people's tweet, random Instagram stories, random Instagram posts. Maybe it's for educational purposes, but we still read it with less hope. So I kind of feel anxious, and I wonder what would other people feel reading those. Is it only us that is feeling anxious right now? So yeah, so it leads to how we start this study. The climate-related risk created numerous losses and damage, which was not limited to lives lost and monetary costs, but also health issues, including psychological distress. I myself do not directly affected by those crises. I live safely in my house, but still reading those news every day, every minute on your phone, like you have information flood every day, it costs something that I cannot really explain. This is what we call psychological um, theory called eco-anxiety. So eco-anxiety was not only affect people who directly affected by the disaster, but also those who had been exposed to the issue via the media. And more media cover these issues nowadays. It's easier for people to share the news. You don't have to be a journalist to share those related news and contents. You can be a random influencer with 1,000 followers and share those to your followers. So not limited to the conventional media, but also new media, including online media and social media. Everyone share what they see, including those climate-related disasters. So we try to see if, but when we are curious about we want to see the actual situation about the media coverage and the eco-anxiety level in Indonesia. We actually find it a bit difficult because both of the variable media coverage effect and eco-anxiety level in Indonesia are still far underreported and under-investigated. There is some qualitative study about the eco-anxiety. There are some research about the eco-anxiety level in Indonesia, but they do not really capture like it's not something that the government try to do. So I don't know how to feel about this. That's why we start the study. So this paper has two main purposes. The first one is to provide early data collection on the eco-anxiety level of youth in Indonesia. And then the second one to explore the relationship between the media exposure frequency of the climate-related news and content and eco-anxiety level in Indonesia. This is some of the media channel that we investigate. It's Instagram, TikTok, X, TV, book, and news portal. We try to see the relationship between the two variables. We have two hypotheses. The first one is the exposure frequency, positively correlated to the eco-anxiety level, and then the second hypothesis that certain media types would influence the eco-anxiety level that one experiences in Indonesia. The survey has been done in 2069 youth aged from 17 to 24 years from various backgrounds across 20 provinces in Indonesia participated in the study. Indonesia has Indonesia has 38 provinces currently, and so the respondents comes from half of the provinces. The questionnaire included demographic questions like age, occupation, gender, and then various media exposure frequencies, and then the Indonesian version of the Hoax eco-anxiety scale. Initially, we try to find the best option to measure the eco-anxiety level. It's climate CAS. I'm not really sure what it stands for, but it's CAS and the Hoax eco-anxiety scale. And we ended up choosing the Hoax eco-anxiety scales because it's more widely used in other countries. And then the collected data were analyzed using a one-way ANOVA. This is the respondents profile. This is a bit unfortunate because out of 269 respondents, only less than 10% are men, and the rest, more than 90%, are female. And the age, and this is the age distribution. Most of them are 17 years old. So this is the first result that we can share. This is still underway, so we're still doing the analysis and try to find the discussions and everything. But this is the first result that we can share. This is the hypothetical categories of the eco-anxiety level. It's gonna be on low for any score under 26, in middle for any score range between 26 and 39, and high and labeled as high for all scores more than 39, more or equal to 39. And this is a result that we have. Out of 269 respondents, none of them were in the low category of eco-anxiety level. Most of them are in the middle, and 38 in high category. So this is pretty much confirming what we believe, that that all the climate-related disaster, climate-related news, climate-related contents might influence those. But to begin with, the eco-anxiety level itself is already pretty high for all the respondents. Yeah, so this is a suggestion. We are not done doing the analysis, and we both I and my colleagues are actually starting our masters this year. So it's still very, we're still in the learning phase. So if you have any suggestion, if you have anything to discuss that might be interesting for this study, you can please do let us know. Yeah, yeah, I think maybe that's all that I can share for today's session. Thank you.